it. So could you explain like what did you understand while reading the poem? What did you understand? Also, this is not this thing is not called poetry, because poetry is a thing that's this is a poem. This is not poetry. Poetry হচ্ছে কাব্য. That means it does have kind of deeper meanings and it is lengthier than poems. So this one is poem, not poetry. Okay. Right. So Mamun, now explain that what you understood.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Now I will discuss about the poem of Sleep in the Valley. First of all, the writer wanted to say about the beautiful environment of the Green Valley, and that's in the valley. But a young soldier laid on the valley who injured in a battlefield. As a result, he laid on the valley. And that time, the condition of the valley was very beautiful, and there was a beautiful uh, environment and a beautiful river which flowed beside the valley. And he also said that sometime from the mountain top streamed the sun, and the writer also said that the young soldier who laid on the valley, he was an open mouthed, and there was a pillow beneath her head, which was made of fern.
Yes,
And
it was made of and then
जी ma'am. And the writer also said that uh, his his whole body has sun soaked because of warm weather, but his fate was among the flower. He sleep he he was sleeping deeply, and that time he looks like a child. He looks like a child, and then the writer prayed to the Almighty to care of him and from catching cold. And the lastly, in the last stage, the writer wanted to say that uh, he slept in sunlight, one hand on his breast, one on his breast, and finally he said that there were two red holes in his side. That last line proved that he was shot and he died of injury of bullet. Thank you, ma'am.
Acha, Mamun, here you need to say that he got injured and he took, there were two holes in his breast because he got struck by bullets. Okay, মানে গুলিবিদ্ধ হয়েছিল। So ওটা
जी मैम.
বোঝানোর জন্য you should say হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ he got struck by bullets, two bullets. Yes, that's right. As Mamun, you were not in the class, so there are some silly things that like some some little things, some or maybe few things that was different that the poet wanted to say through the poetry was the poem, not poetry. So through the poem. So I will describe it soon. But Nadim, are you in the situation to talk? If you can speak, I already explained what the poem was about. Can you recall it? Can you remember it and tell that what I said the other day, like yesterday, while taking the spoken class, spoken English class?
Ma'am, can you give me 5 minutes? Then I will talk.
All right, Nadim, then it's all right. And Lisa, you said that you have gone through the story. So, yes, Lisa, so can Nadim, you can mute yourself. And Lisa, I will ask you that can you please explain what was the story about and what did you what did you understand after reading the whole story and what was the message from the story that you got? Uh, Please explain in details.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Ma'am, I explain the poem and the story both. Um, Please give me.
I couldn't understand, Lisa. Can you explain again? Can you say it again?
Ma'am, I explain the moral of the story, and uh, the poem what you sent to the group.
Uh, I said to like you explain the story I sent, not the poem, the story.
Ma'am,
Also Lisa,
ma'am,
wait, Lisa, listen to me. As the class is getting recorded, can you please say the people in the background to not to make noises because this class will be uploaded to YouTube, right? So if they can keep quiet for some time, it would have been helpful for us, all of us. Okay, and then you can unmute yourself and explain what was the question that I put for you, for you.
okay, ma'am. Once a man went to an old furniture store and he liked an old desk which was very worn. However, he bought it thinking that he would repair it himself. Then, after the man brought it home, he was opening all the drawers, but one drawer was very hard or tight. When he finally opened it, he found inside a black box and a letter which written by a man, her name Jim. Jim uh, wrote this letter with
Jim McPherson, maybe his name was Jim McPherson.
Jim McPherson. Um, he wrote this letter with her. Um, uh, I think she is her wife. Mm, mm, though, however, the um, the man um, opened this box and also opened this letter, and he was reading it, and he feel that it was human feelings. Yeah, it was explained human feelings. Mm, Human feelings Christmas day. Then he then he ম্যাম এটা কিভাবে বলবো যে তিনি চিঠিটা হাতে নিয়ে ঘুমিয়ে গেছে।
Acha. He went to sleep, keeping the letter in his hand or inside his hand or in his on his palm, PLM palm.
Okay, ma'am. Then, in the morning, um, he he রওনা ইংরেজি ম্যাম কি যেন হি
Rauna Hawa.
হ্যাঁ
Like for to reach the lady, Mrs. Macpherson.
ম্যাম তারপর আমি এটা বলতে চাইছিলাম বাংলাতে যে তিনি সকাল হতেই চিঠিটা নিয়ে যে ঠিকানা দেওয়া চিঠিটাতে ওই ঠিকানায় চলে গেলেন।
Acha. So তাহলে he went or he started his journey to the mentioned place on the envelope.
Then he went then he started her journey um, to the to this uh, mm, address. Then when he mm, ma'am ma'am
Yes, I'm listening, Lisa. What are you trying to say? I couldn't understand.
উম ম্যাম যখন তিনি ওই জায়গায় পৌঁছলো এটা কিভাবে বলবো? When he
When he reached to the spot, to the place.
reached to the spot when he reached the spot to the place, he couldn't hear anyone. Mm,
No, Lisa, I said I wanted to say that you can use when he reached to the place, or rather you can use when he went to the place. Not both of them. You need to use just one of them.
okay, ma'am. Then he couldn't find anyone. Uh, then he couldn't um, find uh, anyone. But ম্যাম আমি এটা বলতে পারতেছি না। আমি কবিতাটা বলি।
Uh, why can't you? Why can't you? Actually, then it's okay, Lisa, if you can't say, but maybe I will discuss it in the class. Then I will discuss this in the class. Then maybe all of you will be able to say about it, something about it, because like as you didn't, I said to read it to you, like I said you to read it, but maybe all of you didn't get the right, like proper time to read it out. So I will discuss it through the class today. Right. So Lisa, you can of course describe the poem that you have understood.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. I read this poem. Mm, the name of the poem is Asleep in the Belly. After reading the poem, I understand that the poet clean stated that dislikes and hates were very much. First para of this poem, we saw that the writer explained of nature beauty. I have a small green belly and a slow stream flows, which is the long strands of silver on the bright grass and full of sunlight. The mountain stream. The second para we saw a soldier who is very young. He asleep with eyes open mouth. and her pillow made of fern beneath his
His
head.
pillow, his pillow. It's about a boy, not a girl. So
His,
his pillow.
his his pillow made of fern beneath his head, and also a green sun-soaked bed. In third para, we saw that the writer pray the nature as keep him warm because the writer thought that he may catch cold, and also explain her smile is like an infant's gentle. And the last para, the writer explained that the humming insects don't disturb the soldier's rest. That means he explained
Rest,
the
rest, not
date.
read. Rest. Rest means
Rest.
Bishram. Rest, not rest. Rest.
Okay, ma'am. Rest. That means he explained the date on date shoulders. At last, the writer says that he um, hates fire. Thank you, ma'am.
It's all right, Lisa, but mm, the thing that I already told you yesterday. Also, whenever a person is writing any poem, you shouldn't name him as a writer. You should say the poet. Okay, you should call him as the poet and writer. You know, writer, we say in general that if a person writes any novel or any autobiography, any biography, an essay, whatever it is. But the person, when he writes, or when a person writes a poem, or maybe some poetry, or maybe some epic poetry, so then we should call them as poets, right? So that's what I felt at first. And both Abdullah and both Mamun and Lisa, the thing that maybe you forgot to mention that uh, these the Asleep in the Valley in this poem, uh, or maybe I misunderstood, I don't know, but the soldier who we are speaking about, we are talking about, maybe the speaker, like the soldier, he died a long time ago, okay? And as he died a long time ago, and after coming, maybe the poet who came here, a person, maybe he went here to travel, and he found a person's tomb. And just watching the tomb, he recalled that yes, there was a war between France and Germany, that Franco-Prussian war, because the poet who wrote the poem, he was a Russian person. So he wrote the poem, and it was later translated in English. So what happened that this poem also, that this poem and even the story, both are about the topic, both are on the war of France, war between France and Germany. And here the poet of this poem, Asleep in the Valley, he said that a person, maybe he went to visit that place, he found a tomb, and he saw that, and he assumed, not assumed, he knew that yes, it's a person who has died for his country. And even though maybe he was a young guy, not a child, because a child cannot be a soldier, right? So he had that smile. uh, that means he didn't even lose the chubby cheeks that we get, that we have when we are even in our teenage. So that means within 19 years old, so he maybe was 16 or 17 years old, maybe. That's what we get from the poem. And while doing the war, while battling, he just got struck by bullets.
two bullets, and he died there. And the way he died there, when he died, actually the right that time when he died, uh, it was maybe so cold at that place, and he didn't even get a proper, how should I put it, he didn't even get proper respect after getting died, what a shoulder should get, a soldier should get. So then he died, and after dying, he no one even paid him the respect. And that's why the poet is saying that the nature, maybe nature is here mentioned as mother, then mother nature has given him the shelter which he needed the most. So the nature gave him the shelter, and after and for that reason, the nature has also given him a pillow, which is made up of fern, right? So the poet is here assuming that the nature is behaving like a mother for the soldier, because the people for whom he died, they never cared for him. So the nature is caring for him, and that's what he is praying, that he sleeps there forever in peace. That's the poem about, right? So maybe that by this I explained it to you a clear way, in a clear way. Right. So, Shourab, you were here. Did you read the story that I sent through the group?
Yes, ma'am.
Acha, as you read the story, could you explain what happened, and could you also tell me what was your realization after reading the whole story? Like just summarize the whole the story in within a short time, and after summarizing, you need to tell me that what did you understood by reading the whole story.
Okay, ma'am. Uh, Thank you. Now I am talk about a story. The best Christmas present in the world, written by Michael Moore Prugo. That story is about sorry, ma'am. The story about war. The narrator just bought a table and he find a letter inside it. Then he up, upfold uh, upfold the letter and just started to read. Uh, the, this story written by a French soldier to his wife. He the write about the Christmas party. They
He
participate
wrote
in
about.
the
Saurabh, he
story of
wrote about.
ma'am.
Wrote about. It was in the past. So he wrote
Who
about.
wrote about Christmas party they had in the at the no man's land in the middle of the war. It is a beautiful moment of his career when the enemies they were just enemies few days ago, but in the Christmas time they make peace each other. They started singing and enjoying the time. Even they played football match. And he assured his wife that one day the next Christmas uh, he would come to his home, but he did not make it. He died in the war. And and the narrator up, uh, up, after read the letter, he did not sleep, cannot sleep. And in the morning he found out the right woman and hand over this letter to Connie, the soldier's wife. he, when he got the letter, he was overwhelmed and pleased that this letter come at the right moment. It was also a Christmas day, and she feel that it was the best Christmas present for his life. uh, the the moral lesson of the story is that war cannot brings peace. Nothing but the brutality uh, and, and futility and and sadness. uh, and one must
Yes, sure.
follow, and one must follow the peace. uh, Ma'am, sorry ma'am. I
Acha, tell me
sorry.
what you were trying to say. I will try to speak through English. Tell me what you are
ও
trying to
আচ্ছা
say.
ম্যাম, মানে ম্যাম একজনকে অন্তত শান্তির পথে, মানে শান্তিকে ফলো করতে হবে ম্যাম। আর ম্যাম যুদ্ধ তো কখনোই ম্যাম আর কি শান্তি আনে না, কখনোই না। এইটাই ম্যাম।
Yes. So, acha, acha. So, one has to, like, are you saying, Saurabh, that one person, at least one person, has to bring peace in this world, so that the world gets a war-free place, and for those people who are stuck in the war, they also like, and war cannot solve anything. That's what are you trying to say those things?
ইয়েস ম্যাম, ইয়েস ম্যাম।
Yes, yes. That's correct. Wait, give me a moment. There's some, yes. There's some background noise. That's why. Right. So yes, of course, that was about it. And you know, the lady Connie, who was the wife of Macpherson, Jim Macpherson, actually. What happened to the table and the desk? Actually, it was crooked because the house where they lived, it got on fire, and because of that thing, because of fire occurrence, she lost the like Kuni lost the letter. And maybe because of that reason, or it is not explained, though, that if she became like physically like psychologically problematized because of that after that incident, or is it because of her short term memory loss as she is in that age. So I don't the author didn't tell it properly. So still, like, when she Connie saw the narrator, she thought that it's her husband, and he bought the letter to her by himself. And that's when maybe she became happier, and maybe that was the day that for that we she was waiting for many days. And you know, um, the day when he sent the letter, and when that letter came, Jim McPherson, within that short time, Jim already died. So yes, he was also another casualty. And Jim also mentioned that if there were just football matches that didn't hurt anyone and took anyone's life, and that's how, if any kind of things that are of conflict would have been solved, it would have been the best thing ever. So that's what I was talking about, the talking yesterday, that not a single soldier wants war, and they don't want to die in harness, okay, for no reason. uh, but that's the thing that we face all the day, and every time, everything that we face about these days, right? And still at this moment, there are some war going on in this world. And People are dying who never even wanted to go to war field or battlefield. Okay, so that's the writing was about, the short story was about. Yes, and now I would like to ask Mamun, can you hear me?
जी मैम.
Right. So as you can listen to me, Mamun, I would ask you um, today that I will ask each and every one of you that, Mamun, can you explain the day when you went to, like, can you explain your, what should I say, your experiences that you felt and the excitement that you felt when at the day when you uh, learned, when you heard that you got admission into Russia University, and the excitement that you felt, and the day when you first came to your university? Could you explain and could you share your experiences to us or with us?
Thank you, ma'am. First of all, uh, I gave some exam to admit to admit it the public university, and
Which universities did you like? The in which universities did you appear, like appear for exams?
okay, ma'am. First of all, I gave exam in Dhaka University, and then Jagannath University, Jahangir University, and then Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman Science and Technology University, and I stayed in the position of 5,000 in Dhaka University, and uh, my rank was 2025 in Jagannath University, and then my rank was uh, 100 100 in the Russia University, and the campus was so big, and Russia University is the second highest second highest area in the other university in our country, and the weather and the environment is so very beautiful. That's why I have decided that I admitted that university, and
I got admitted. You cannot admit yourself. I got admitted.
Geneva, and I got admitted in that university. When I came to my university, uh, it may be 2020 in 21 February, and it was my first day in my university life. It was a very memorable day in my life, and the authority of my department বরণ করে না ইংরেজি কি?
Uh, uh, এক মিনিট, আরে বাবা, কি হয়ে গেল? রাইট, মানে আহ, বরণ করে নেওয়া আপনার এক্ষেত্রে হতে
Receive,
পারে
ma'am.
রিসিভ ডাস হতে পারে, কিন্তু রিসিভ আই ওয়াজ অলসো গোয়িং টু সে ইট, বাট রিসিভ ঠিক বরণ করা হয় না। বরণ, লেট মি চেক, গিভ মি ওয়ান মোমেন্ট। রাইট, ওয়েলকাম, রাইট, ওয়েলকাম, ওয়েলকাম, ওয়েলকাম করা হয়, ওটা বেটার হয়। হুম, ওয়েলকাম হতে পারে কি আপনার হচ্ছে, মানে তার মানে ওয়েলকামটা হলো বেস্ট ওয়ে। কারণ আপনার রিসিভ হচ্ছে গিয়ে কিরকম রিসিভ করা, রিসিভ বলতে আপনি দেখা গেল কোনো জিনিস আপনার জন্য আসছে, সেই জিনিসটাকে আপনি জাস্ট নিয়ে নিলেন, দ্যাটস হোয়াট রিসিভ সেড। বাট ওয়েলকাম, সো আই ওয়াজ ওয়েলকামড by our seniors, or maybe the maybe the teachers in a freshers program. That's what I feel. Yes, Mamun, continue.
Okay, ma'am. The authority of our department has welcomed me, and I got some friends in my department who are coming who are coming from the other side in our country, and
Who came from other side of the country, in the country, not from other side of the country.
who came from the other side in the country, and it was a very memorable day for my life. And then I'm a student of fourth year running, but I have no feelings in my academic career and in my university, and that's all, ma'am.
You have no feelings. I couldn't understand. What did you wanted to say by this, Mamun?
আমি বলতে চাইলাম যে এখন এই মুহূর্তে এই ফোর্থ ইয়ারে এসে আমার আর ইউনিভার্সিটির প্রতি কোনো মায়া মহব্বত কাজ করে না, এটাই আর কি।
Oh, is that so? Acha, maybe that's the case for you. But maybe one day when you leave the university, you will get those feelings once again, and you will feel those you will miss those days what you are doing nowadays. Maybe that will happen someday, right? So I will go to Nadim and I will ask you the same question. What did you feel when you first joined? Also, I would like to ask you that which was your dream university? Was it Rajshahi or any other universities that you dreamed of getting admitted into? And after you got the admission, how did you feel? And how was your friends and your teachers to you? And how did they welcome you? Please explain.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much for asking an amazing questions because it was my struggling time when I was prepared myself for the admission, and when I came to Rajshahi without permission of my family members, they are not bear my uh, cost of this time, and also in the meantime I got injured by the accident, and uh, then I was mentally very weak. Also I was continue my study, and after that, when end of the admission journey, my many friends are already got chance different university, but uh, I cannot get one university. But after that, uh, when I was when I was when I get my result in Raj University and I got chance, and very first I was shouting a lot because uh, it was my dream university, Raja University, because in the previous time I cannot go uh, without this university, and uh, uh, all the time I was sleep. All the time I was a dream that I I become a student of Raja University. Then when I got chance, and very first I was calling my mom and uh, said that ma I I'm a student right now. I'm a student of Racha University, and she was very happy, and I'm feeling so uh, relief because in that time I was enough pressure because uh, I when
at,
I
at that time, Nadim, wait, at that time I had a lot of pressure, many pressure you can't say, because pressure you can't count. So a
okay,
lot
ma'am,
of pressure, and I had a lot of pressure.
I had a lot of pressure because uh, I was uh, committed them. If I can get any university, I cannot return my home. So this was the relief time, and after that, I got a chance, and I admitted Racha University. In our department, welcome a very amazing way because all the students are uh, new face, and they were really talented. They speech with various different language like Arabic, English, Bengali, because and I was the person in that time. I'm very uh, very ম্যাম
What are you trying to say, Nadim?
মানে মানে কি বলে ম্যাম, ওই যে shy person. Yes, ma'am. I
Oh,
was the
acha, you were a shy
very
person.
shy person, and when I saw them, I got also inspired because they are both excellent person. And I very first of the very first day, I was meet about 50% of this student of our department, and then when completing our welcoming ceremony, we are walking our university road like Paris Road, and after that whole university we are walking together, and I spent all the day, and this was my uh, memorable moment and memorable day, and I never forget this day. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, all right. Thank you, Nadim. It was my most memorable day, and I could never forget it. I never forgot it. These two things that you could say, right? And Saurabh, now I want to know about your experiences right now in the subject that you are now doing your completing your like your course. So, what do you feel about your subject? How do you like? Why did you choose this subject to study? And also the place where you are studying, how's the surrounding there, how is the atmosphere there, and how are the teachers there right now nowadays, and do you have any friends? Explain those through English, or experience your like share your experiences.
Okay, ma'am. Now I am studying uh, at BG University, Fashion Technology, Department of Fashion Studies, ma'am. I did not choose this subject because I don't like drawing and portraying and creating something. It is not what I like. But uh, when I uh, get my admission in other universities. I get admission at the Russian University in Fine Arts. So, and for the same reason that I cannot like drawing, so I don't go there. And and but
I didn't
now
go there.
I didn't go there, ma'am. But now my current মানে এখন আমি যে ইউনিভার্সিটিতে পড়ছি, it was quite good, ma'am, about for textile and fashion designing. Most of the people students are studies in textile. uh, our faculty is very fine, ma'am. They are well educated and uh, very nice person. And and ma'am, the campus is not very big, ma'am. It is a private university, so it is, ma'am, জাস্ট ইউনিভার্সিটি ম্যাম, নট এ মানে ওরকম ম্যাম কিছুই নাই আমাদের ম্যাম।
It's not a big one. Of course, that's not an issue. That should not be an issue for anyone who's studying. That the subject you are reading and the teachers who are teaching you, that's what it matters, because there are many people, that who studies in big, very big universities still, because they don't work hard, they don't become successful in their life. So it doesn't even matter what your university looks like, right?
Yes ma'am, yes.
Okay, so yes, is that it, Chorop?
Yes
That's
ma'am, it's
is
all
that
ma'am. Because
all
ma'am, I
right?
am not happy with my university, ma'am.
You are not?
That's why I have no ma'am, I'm not happy with my university and their teaching system, and so I have no feel about it, ma'am. I just went and took my classes, and I just come back my home.
Okay, okay, okay. Yes, Nadim.
Ma'am, have you ever come in Racha University?
Yes, I have. I have. I have gone to Russia University once to appear in admission. Like it was in 2015. The last time I visited, and one time and the last time, the first time and last time, it was the once for all, right? uh, I visited Russia University, and the campus was really very beautiful. And actually there was a I one of my uncle, and what do we say, call them, what do you call them? Can you tell me that the who are in charge of any hall, who, what are they called, and
Ma'am,
they
they are
get quarters?
provost.
Yes, provost, right.
Provost.
Right, provost. So that uncle was a provost of of that university, and he was a professor of any one science department. I don't even recall his name, because he was a friend of my mama. So I don't recall his name or anything else, but like they were very nice to us, and we stayed in a quarter. Um, because like he got that quarter for taking care of the students. So I went there, and it was very nice. But there was a mistake that I made, and for that reason, there was not even, I didn't get any name. I forgot to bring my admit card. So that was a horrible situation for my lifetime. So it was a very horrible situation, like memory for me. So I don't even want to recall it. And also I lost my certificates there. And though I lost my certificates there, I forgot to take my bag, and in that bag all of my certificates were there. And the toto wala, he was like toto wala, that means easy bike wala. Here in India we call them toto. That's why I'm saying that term. So the easy bike wala, and he like kept it in the station master's office, and that's how I got it back. Luckily, I was really lucky for that. But the experiences that I got, it was not quite happy. But the campus was really very beautiful, very nice. Right. So I will come to Lisa right now. Lisa, can you share that nowadays, how are you studying, how are your studying going on, and how are you trying to manage your time, and how, of course you need to speak in English, and you need to explain that what are you doing nowadays to improve your skills, and you are doing, you cannot say that I'm not doing anything. You need to say whatever you are studying at this moment, at this right at this moment, and you need to also explain that what you are doing to um, be successful in that you wanted to, that you are dreaming of. What are you doing nowadays? I want to know about those things, and of course you need to explain those in English.
Ma'am, could you repeat this question, please?
Acha, I will repeat the question that nowadays, what are you doing to accomplish your dreams that you have been dreaming of, and how are you going to like study, how are you studying nowadays, and what are the things that you follow to be more successful or more skilled in English or any subjects that you are studying right now. What are you doing? Tell me all those things in details of, and of course in English. That's what I wanted to ask.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Very fast, I am sharing um, uh, a memorable moment of my life in my admission time. Um, this time, this time, I am facing many problems, and also um, I am facing dengue. Though
You
um,
was facing, you was facing admission. Are you speaking about that, the time when you got admission?
yes, ma'am.
No, I didn't ask that, Lisa. I asked that how are you doing nowadays? How are you managing to study nowadays, right at this moment? এখন আপনি কিভাবে পড়াশোনা করছেন, আপনার স্বপ্নটাকে আপনি কিভাবে ফুলফিল করার জন্য কিভাবে কাজ করছেন, সেটা এই মুহূর্তে আপনি কি রকম কিভাবে চেষ্টা করছেন, সেটা ইংরেজি হোক, ম্যাথই হোক, যেই সাবজেক্টই হোক না কেন, সেটা নিয়ে আপনি কিভাবে ফোকাস করছেন? That's what I wanted to know.
Okay, ma'am. Nowadays, um, I um, I am going. Um, I am maintain of my study very um, uh, কি বলে? উম,
Yes, Lisa, try, just try. What are you trying to say? Can you tell me? I will be able to help you, I guess.
okay, ma'am. No, though mm, though I'm managing of my time, mm,
Yes, Lisa. Though you are managing your time for studying,
for studying, ম্যাম আপনি কি আমার ডেইলি রুটিন জানতে চাইছেন?
nah, Lisa, you need to be more attentive in your class, and I know the background noises that you are getting. Maybe that's the reason why you can't uh, actually concentrate in your class. That's okay. Okay, Lisa. One thing that you can do is that you can send me voice messages whenever I say something, ask something, and you get free. You become free, or you get free in your, and there is no one in your room, and there is no background noise. You can send me voice messages, and by like, if there is that much noise, you won't be able even to think many things that you were trying to say. So that's an issue, I think. So I will recommend you to send me voice messages whenever you are free, and I will ask you to do the task. The other things that I have already mentioned in the class, that they have already told to me, and they have shared with me, I will tell you, I will ask you to do the same by sending voice messages in English, of course. Yes, Lisa. So, right, that's what I tried to say. Now, um, as I have learned, I have heard your experiences. I feel like I have become a little bit nostalgic too. I also want to share with you, so that you become more. I don't know if you will be, and if you'll have, if you will get any chances to visit India, and you will ever be able to come here and visit this place, Shantiniketan. I don't know, but you know, in this time, this moment, whenever we whenever it's time of rain, the monsoon season, we have our canal, and it's called Opai Canal, and because of the rain, it gets totally fulfilled, it gets totally filled with water. And there is a place which is called Shona Jhuri. If you google it, or maybe you can go through YouTube, you will also be able to see that in Shona Jhuri there are many bowls who sing songs, and there is a heart, and local products which is made by the people, like the Shantali people. uh, Thank you. Okay, okay. That will be a great pleasure for me as a student, Nadim, of this place. So right, that like that Shanti Niketan. So in Shona Jhuri, we get to listen to their songs, the Baul songs, and we also get to dance with those Shantali people, and they have some special steps that by which they dance, and they have their specific songs. If you listen to the song, there is one song which is called should I say it, the name? It's I will send you the link, and through the song you will be able to see the natural beauties of that place, right? So and I don't recall the name. I know, I remember the lyrics, but the song's name I don't recall it now. Right. So like, and on that time, in this time, the river gets fulfilled with water, and it creates such a beautiful view. And the ferns, which means যে কাশ ফুল যেটা হয়, হ্যাঁ, uh, those we see everywhere in autumn season. And it gets totally filled with those whitish things, and the river looks so beautiful because of those ferns. And there is a park which is called Butterfly Park, and it in the time of spring, in spring it gets the park gets filled with like, there are lots of butterflies that I also viewed in by after going to Jahangirnagar University, that I also saw. So I have also, I didn't see actually, I heard from someone that there in Shantiniketan. So I got to see, experience those things. And in our department, we got to celebrate many things. And there are many places. I even bunked class, and we friends went to visit the riverside, and we spent like these were the memories for my lifetime, for a lifetime. I could even write a novel with this experiences. So that's one thing that I would recommend you to not just be a student who keeps his mouth onto a book, just books. I also want you to explore what you are getting, and the natural beauties that you know to I even there were some moments, there were some days when I even visited to the university. I woke up at 5 a.m. and I went cycling. By cycle I went to many places with my friends, with my roommates, and we visited many places at that time, and the nature was so beautiful. You can also experience those things, and those experiences are for lifetime. And you will, whenever you are in any depressed situation, any frustrated situation, you will recall those things, and you will uh, become the happiest version of yourself. So that's why, that's what I wanted also to share with you. Right. Mm, that's it, I guess. And any one of you, do you have any questions, any queries that you want to ask, or you want to add, or anything you want to say before we wrap up the class? Of course,
As
you
far
can
as
of
I
course.
know, ma'am, you are a singer. So I have a request, ma'am.
Yes, 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 Nadine.
Ma'am, when you are feeling so happy or when you get enough time and free, please, ma'am, on any day, if you uh, sing one song, we are really feeling happy, ma'am.
All right. When my birthday comes, I will, of course, that day I will be taking my class. I will take my class. I will have my class, and I will sing a song for all of you. Okay. I will try to do that.
Okay, ma'am, we are eagerly waiting for the day, for this day.
All right then. All right. So I will share some other documents with you. And for tomorrow, we will have both the classes, the spoken class and the basic grammar class. We will have both classes, right? And maybe we will start our class from 8 in the evening, 8 p.m. Bangladeshi time, 8 p.m. I will start the class, right? That's
Okay, ma'am, no problem.
all right. All right. So may that's it for today. I will wrap up the class here. Have a nice day. Have a night good night sleep, everyone. Allah Hafiz. Take care.